Hey guys, it is FPS Gino here, coming at you with another Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay. This gameplay is headquarters on Nuketown, and I put up a really nice gameplay in this one. I think I had around a 2 KD and 81 kills, I want to say. Anyways, I wanted to get to the topic of today's video, which is that in fact, earlier today, I went to a play and trade. Play and trade is like it's like a GameStop, but it's a franchise. It's national and everything, but it's obviously lesser known and not as frequented as GameStop or as influent. Anyways, they were having a Black Ops 2 tournament there, and I know I may not be the greatest Call of Duty player out there, and that's for sure. There's people out there that are better than me, a lot better than me. But you know, it said they said it was just you come in there, you just pay $15 to buy in, and you play in the tournament. It's not MLG or anything. So I was like, all right, I'm down for that. And in fact, I found out through SoCal Bronies meetup, and I saw Black Ops 2 tournament. I'm like, hey, I play that game. It's a tournament. I'd be down. I mean, that's my kind of thing. I like doing that. And so I went there, and I'm like, okay, I'm here for the Black Ops 2 tournament. And they're like, all right, that's gonna be a $15 buy-in. What's your name? Give them my name. So I'm in the tournament. They're setting up and everything. The way they had set it up, they had two brackets. The brackets were basically a bracket of not so good players and a bracket that contained most of the better players. I was in the better players bracket, even though they like hadn't seen me play before. They didn't really know me. It seemed like everyone there had already been well acquainted with each other. I mean, most of them already knew each other. They were in groups of friends or whatever, and I was just kind of there by myself. Well, my parents and my sister were there and cheering me on and stuff, but for the most part, I didn't know anybody there. And I did meet the bronies there. I guess one of them actually works at the place. There was like four of them there. They were all pretty cool guys. So I'm set up for this tournament. They're going on, and they had the lesser bracket go first. They had four finish from, or they took I think it was like the top four from there, and then the bottom four went in the losers bracket. Then I went up. I had my go at it. I ended up finishing second, and the game mode was free for all on hijacked. It was set to 5 minutes and 20 kills or 20 score as the score limit. And there was no created class. They had all the default classes, so you had like the Scorpion EVO with rapid fire and grip or whatever it is, just grip or whatever. Or I don't even know the attachments on it. And then they had the M27 with quick mag and reflex. I think in the first game I did use the Scorpion, but for the rest of the games I used the M27 just because of the way it plays out. I mean, Hijacked is a tiny map, and so the Scorpion can be used effectively in right places, but some situations you're probably going to lose with the Scorpion because of its inaccuracy and recoil, because due to the high fire rate. Anyway, so it was Hijacked free-for-all. Personally, I don't like Hijacked at all, but I seem to be doing well. So in the first game, I finished like second, so I was in the winner's bracket, bottom four in the losers bracket. So then the losers bracket went, and they had whoever advanced from that. And then they had the winners bracket go, so basically the people that won from the first one and the people that won from the second one. I ended up tying, or no, I made it, I got like, I think I got like first or something that round. Yeah, first, I did get first that round. And so then it was advancing to the semifinals. Then they had like the loser bracket play like their last match or whatever. So the semifinals had 4 players in the group. And at this point, all the 4 bronies in it or whatever had been eliminated. I think there was like 2 or 3 maybe. I think it was 2. There was 2 that I knew. Not that I knew like beforehand, but I know of that there was 2 bronies. And then the one guy that worked there was one. And so it was 16 to start out, and now we were down to 4. The interesting thing about it is they had losers play in the game, even though it was only us 4 being competing. So it was still 8 people in the game, and only 4 of them had something in it. I ended up finishing second in that, but it was a tie for second because it was to see who advanced to the finals, and the final was a 1v1. So since I had tied for second, we both had 19 kills. I did have the better KD ratio, but they were just going strictly by score and then tiebreaker match. But in that tiebreaker match, it was just me and him and 6 other people from the losers bracket, even though it was only me and him competing for anything. And so we played our, because all these games are free for all in Hijack, by the way. So we played another match. I ended up getting 18 kills. The guy that got 20 was not in the running anymore. And the other kid ended up getting like 9 kills or 7 kills or something. So he was Dundee, way Dundee. So that means I advanced to the final round, and the other Brony guys were all excited because they're like, "Oh yeah, Brony in the finals, opportunity for Brony to win the tournament." So it came to the final. It was me and this other guy who's however old. I wasn't paying attention to it at the time because as soon as my headset went on, I'm in the zone. Basically, my mom and stepdad told me that the other guy before we went in, because there was 8 TVs and he was like on the opposite side of the room, so I had no idea what was going on once my headset went on. And they basically said that the guy was like a little overconfident, a little cocky. He's like, I don't need a headset. I think this is pretty much locked up. And so the game started out. I decided to use the M27 again, and he was using the M27 as well. Game started out. We were going around and around. It was about a minute before first interaction because we didn't have radar on. And so I believe he went up 1-0 on me, and I was like, all right, okay. And then I ended up getting like a kill, and then he ended up going up 4-1 on me. I think there was like 8 or 10 minutes time limit in the game, this specific one, and he's 4-1 on me, and there's like 6 minutes left. I'm like, all right, I'm looking in bad shape here. And then I was like, oh, 1 kill on a drop shot or whatever, 4-2. 4-3, 4-4. Everyone in the room was kind of like, yeah. I didn't really pay attention to them, and they're like, oh, he's coming back. And then I went up 5-4 and 6-4, and I was kind of like, oh, he's going on a tear here. And then I went up, I think it was like 7-4, and then it ended up being like 7-5 or something. And then I went on another tear again, and it ended up being like 11-4, 11-5. And at this point, there was like 2 minutes left in the game. It's kind of like, oh, okay. It's getting near that time. You got a controlling lead. Looks like you're gonna win, right? And then down to 1 minute left. It's like 11-4, or you got a kill and made it 11-5. I'm like, or they're like, I wasn't at the time. I was kind of like, I could just sit in the corner and just hold the game out and just win. But I'm not that kind of player. I'm gonna fight through all the way to the end, even if I am winning by this much. And so I went out there. He ended up getting 2 more kills, so we made it 11-7. I still won pretty handily, but he got like garbage time kills, and I was fine with that. I won fair and square. He admitted defeat. Everyone was shaking my hands. The Brony guys were all excited. The Brony had won the tournament. Everyone had a good time. Everyone had a good game. The guy was a good competitor. Everyone there was, the people that were good were on sort of an equivalent level. I compare myself, like with this gameplay, it's kind of like, I'm not sure whether or not they could have put up this gameplay, but I mean, they're probably good. I mean, some of them don't really play this game that often. Some of them do. I mean, their KDs are probably in the same range as mine, so... Anyways, everyone's congratulating me. It was all fun and stuff. And $15 buy-in, I ended up getting $50 off of it, so I made $35, and the guy that finished second got $20, so I made $5 off of the buy-in. So it was a pretty good time, and I was getting to know everyone there. It was only like my second meetup in the meetup group, and so I ended up getting $50 in store credit, meeting new people, meeting new bronies, meeting new whatever. Also the people that worked at the store were very cool. That were running the tournament at the time. I believe Sean, he was there. He's the owner. He's a cool guy. He even hopped in for a game. I think that was the one that decided between me and the other guy who advanced to the finals. They're all pretty cool. And then we did have a photo op at the end of the tournament. I'm gonna put that up right here. And so yeah, that's our picture. And basically you can see me on the right there in the picture with my Jets hat and my Lunar shirt. And the two Brony guys are the guy on the far left, the guy with the Wisconsin hat, and the guy wearing the glasses. And the guy wearing the glasses in the middle-ish area in the back of the picture was the other Brony guy that worked there. And the other guy that's holding up something that was a $20 prize, that was the guy facing the final. And so, I mean, it was my first time ever competing in any sort of tournament like that. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into. We did drive 25 miles to get to Mission Viejo for the tournament, so it was kind of a little bit of a drive. But in the end, like, it was well worth it. This day I reigned supreme. It may not be the greatest, but today I was. And so I had a good time. Midway into this gameplay, my friend Mark joins me and starts trying to mess with me, getting his random names and stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. I mean, Black Ops 2, I liked the game. It was a good time for everyone. It's for sort of first tournament. Maybe since now I know them, I got some new friends. Maybe since now I know them, any upcoming tournaments I'll be informed from them. You know, all sorts of cool things happening with that, you know. And it was Christmas break too, so it's like, hey, Christmas break, you don't want to do nothing. I mean, there's plenty of things to do. I mean, I found something to do, right? And all in all, everyone was nice. It was all a good time. I had a great time. And in the end of the day, I got $50 in my pocket. Well, it's $50. It's like a gift card, gift receipt thing for any play and trade. So I can use it in the location, so I don't have to go back down to Mission Viejo to use it. I could just go to my local one. That's one cool thing about the Brony community, is it extends so far. It's so diverse that reaches out to people like me, because I'm pretty sure not everyone plays Call of Duty. You know, it may be the best selling game out there, but I mean, for the specific demographic, maybe it's not the biggest thing. It was kind of cool because the guy, like Wisconsin, was also a Packers fan. He even told my stepdad, who's a huge Packers fan, "Go Pack, go!" So it's cool to see someone that's into sports as well. Because I haven't really seen anybody into sports. I have seen people into sports, but I have seen no athletes, like nobody that played football or baseball or anything. So still waiting on that one. Getting close to the end of this gameplay here, it's just I kind of switched over to the shotgun because some guy was using a shotgun, and you know, it's Nuketown, so shotgun can be a pretty useful weapon in this situation. I go in and check the spawn because there's a possibility of spawning there, but not there because I ran in there. On the topic of the tournament thing, you know, they had a setup of like, there was Turtle Beaches for everyone, so it was like, yeah, you get that sound quality and you get any tactical advantage that came with having that increased sound or sound amplification. But it was definitely a level playing field when it came to that, because everyone was pretty much either using the Scorpion or using the M27. It was free for all on Hijack. There was nobody got any score streaks. It was a straight up game, and that 1v1 especially. It was a cool environment too. We ended up maybe, you know, sometime I'll go back to that. Right now it's kind of just garbage time. We're winding down the seconds here. And that was the end of the game. As you can see, we may have only doubled the score, but the kills is just an outrageous run-up on them. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you liked it, please leave a like. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video.